Welcome back to the sessions on entrepreneurship, which basically focuses on the concepts, methods, and the things associated with entrepreneurship. In this lecture, we are going to focus on feasibility planning. What is feasibility planning and how it helps an entrepreneur will be the focus and the focal point of this particular lecture. Now, first and foremost, we need to understand that why do we need to plan, or what is the fundamental of a feasibility plan. As an entrepreneur, you can use feasibility analysis to decide if there are enough demand for a product or service, because when you start a new venture, when you are working as uh, someone who is doing or inventing something as an innovator, as an entrepreneur, then you need to also do a feasibility analysis that what the thing that you are basically focusing on, or the product or service which you are going to launch, is there is a proper demand in the market. Accordingly, you can take your action planning ahead. Therefore, a feasibility analysis is a process that tests a business concept. It allows the entrepreneur to decide whether a new business concept has a potential, has a market, has some future or not. Now, when you are basically doing a feasibility analysis for testing an opportunity, what are the areas that you are going to focus? The market itself. A feasibility analysis can help an entrepreneur determine whether business conditions are appropriate to go forward for starting a new business or not. In simple terms, it is giving you, or basically, it's a way through which you can do a forecasting that whether the decision that you are going to take will it help or not. Now, when you are conducting a feasibility study, what are the key benefits as an entrepreneur that you will have? Basically, it improves project team focus. The focus or the areas that you need to focus on will be quite clear when you are doing a feasibility analysis. It also helps you in identifying new opportunities, new markets, provide valuable information for go or not to go decisions. Means when you are doing a feasibility analysis, it will help you in taking a strong decision. Narrows the business alternatives, because now you can decide, okay, if the market is not conducive, we can wait for a while, and then when the conditions are okay, then we can go ahead with the planning that we have planned for. Identify a valid reason to undertake a project. Now, if suppose like in the COVID scenario or the COVID situation, we find a lot of businesses which were basically started up on mask making or PPE kit or maybe something like that. Now they have analyzed the market that this is the right time to start this venture, even though the market is not doing it, but these things are going to be well in demand. Sanitizers or home cleaning utensils, immunity boosters are few other examples. Enhances the success rate by evaluating multiple parameters. Now, because you are analyzing, because you are doing a proper research, it gives you different parameters to basically evaluate. Aids decision making on the project, because now you can take a plan which is foolproof, not 100%, but definitely 95%. Identifies reasons not to proceed, and in case the market is not conducive according to the feasibility analysis, then definitely it should be wait and watch rather than going ahead and getting losses. Now, when you basically test or an opportunity where you are basically going to focus as an entrepreneur, these are the questions that feasibility analysis will answer related to customer, the product and services, who are the founding team members, how they are going to work, the competition that is there in the market, startup needs, is there is a requirement or not, the value chain that is going to be incorporated or involved in the whole process of this new venture or maybe the existing venture, and the industry that you are going ahead with. Now, when you talk about feasibility analysis, testing the industry is one of the crucial areas, that who are my competitors, whether I'm in the right sector or not. The broadest level of feasibility analysis looks at the industry in which the business will operate. An industry is basically a group of business with a common interest, like the sugar industry, or maybe the textile industry, the cotton based, or maybe manufacturing industry. So you have to analyze that whether it's basically the industry that you are going to work on is the right choice or not. Talking to the customer, very very important, because you are doing an analysis, so you're doing research, so you will definitely talk about the customers. You are one of the important stakeholders. The most important part of feasibility analysis is testing customers to measure interest, and also to identify the targeted customers who are going to be there buying your product or availing your services. Who are targeted customers? People most likely to buy a business product or service. Like if you are going ahead with a service industry, so who are going to be the customers? Suppose we are dealing with means, or who are going to be the stakeholders who are going to have a vested interest in that. So that is a target customer. Testing product or service requirement, definitely you need to identify that to consider all the requirements of a product or service, create a prototype, which is very very important. Now what is a prototype? A working model used by entrepreneurs to determine what it takes to develop their product or service, means what will make the product successful one. Testing products or service requirement is another very important type. Need to design prototypes that are what exactly is going to be the product. And these types of prototypes are not physical. They are design blueprints, storyboards, or flow charts that maps out the business and processes that will take place at the business. Intellectual property rights protect your prototypes through patents, trademarks, copyrights, and trade secrets. Studying the competition, very very important. Doing a SWOT analysis, that who my competitors are. An easy way to evaluate competition is to create a competitive grid, means your real competitors. What is a competitive grid? A tool for organizing important information about a business ventures and competition. Looking at the startup process, very very important. A strong business model is important to investors. Now what is a business model? A description of how entrepreneur plan to make money and their business concept. Very important for the success or sustainability of the firm is to have a very strong business model. Last but not the least, analyzing the value chain. Very important part of a business, that you need to create a competitive advantage by improving the value chain or its services and products. The value chain includes manufacturer, distributors, and retailers. In simple terms, the distribution channels through which a product or service flows from the producer or a customer is known as a value chain. Now, this basically concludes the lecture, which is basically emphasizing on doing a feasibility analysis from the point of view of an entrepreneur. Till then, till the next lecture, keep learning and keep joining. Thanks.